read music but want to play? Learn to play the Aldcorn way. Aldcorn's way is a way to play piano without having the ability of reading music. It's for music lovers who have never had the opportunity to learn how to read music but have the desire to play the piano for their own enjoyment and creative satisfaction. Aldcorn's way was created by Gary Aldcorn. He will be shown in the videos with the next episodes and this episode. This information is provided to you based on personal experience of Gary Aldcorn, a person who is not a professional piano player, but a hacker who had learned to play in a competent and satisfactory manner for numerous songs. Aldcorn's way is being provided at no cost to music lovers who with some work and commitment will develop the musical skills to play the piano or keyboard for their own level of enjoyment. To accomplish your own personal level of play to your satisfaction will require some effort, but the love of creating your own ability of piano or keyboard play at the level that gives you creative satisfaction will reward you immensely. Our mutual goal is not to make you a concert pianist, but to show you a way of playing that you can max on your efforts and enjoy your own musical achievements. We invite you to try Aldcorn's way and challenge yourself to enjoying music and reward yourself for this accomplishment. Not everyone will be able to pick up Aldcorn's way, but after a small trial period, it should be evident if this is the right method for you to learn how to play. The vast number of music lovers who can recognize and pick out a melody or tune will be able to do Aldcorn's way. Not all of us will be able to follow and accomplish the playing of the piano by using Aldcorn's way, as not all of us have the same degree of musical aptitude. But those of you who will respond positively to carrying the melody and apply their time and exposure to Aldcorn's way will find it rewarding. The process will involve a trial to self-measure your music sound level and further discussion of how to apply Aldcorn's way in terms of it. We will show you the forms of communication in the next episode. Then we'll talk about your right hand and the keys that we will be following with your right hand, focusing on just using your right hand. Then we will talk about harmonizing with your left hand, bringing in songs like Do, Re, Mi from The Sound of Music. And we will also be talking about those two hands together at the end. And then we will learn a new song at the very end in episode 6. Before we start the self-test, it should be noted that every video component of Aldcorn's way will be available on YouTube with a visual guide and the information in order to follow it, just like you found this introduction video. So, to follow through with the self-test, you want to ask yourself, can I decipher the tune of the song? This is a difficult thing to assess. At an attempt to establish this, both the participant, you the music lover, and Aldcorn's way, I put together a little scenario that will try to establish this ability for both our needs. Almost all of us are aware of the scale of music that is referred to as 8 notes that are made up of the famous song in The Sound of Music, Do, a deer. The sound of the scale is started on one note, a white key on the piano, and follows the soundtrack of Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. This sound and progression of the scale can be done by striking any note or key on the piano, white or black. The Aldcorn's way identifies and uses the key of C in order to show the method of Aldcorn's way. Gary personally plays in the key of E flat, but will illustrate the process in the key of C. The same process can be used in order to play in any key. Contrary to most methods of how to play piano, the Aldcorn way process uses only one key in learning how to play. The scale of Do, a deer, involves 8 notes, but one has to realize that the final Do at the top of the scale is a repetition of the first Do at the start of the scale. So there are 7 notes in any one scale.
Okay, the self-test is a method of trying to assess your musical aptitude and the ability you have from listening to sounds and how to pick out a tune. And in order to a rough self-test, as we indicated. I'm going to use the scale of C. And first of all, we've got to find out middle C. And we have that indicated on the keyboard, but on the piano, the middle C is here. The reason it's called middle C because it's in the middle piano. And middle C, and I'm referring to middle C as the scale of C, which is this. It involves 8 notes. What you have to realize is the first note is replicated by the 8th note. So in the information that I'm going to refer to you in terms of other information to come forward, we're just going to use the 7 notes. Okay, 7 notes. And we'll get into the symbols and how we do that. But for the self-test, when you find out where C is, right here, and we're going to do the first 2 bars of Do a deer. I'll do it quickly and I'll do it slow. Now, if you can hear that sound, then I want you to sit down after you listen to it 2 or 3 times, and I'll do it slow, to pick out whether you can pick out that song on the keyboard, or the piano. I'll do it again. If you can pick out that sound up after 3 to 5 times, and you're going to pick it up mostly by the sound of your voice after locating this middle C, then you, in my opinion, you have an aptitude in order to pick out sounds of music, and you love music. I'll do that I'll do it 2 more times, slow and then fast. And that's the first 2 bars of Do a deer. Okay, practice that and see if you can pick that up in 5 or 6 times.
Some will be more likely to be quicker than others, but if you feel comfortable with being able to do so within your own measure of success, that will be enough. This should be the base of making a decision in progress with Aldcorn's Way. Pause the video here and practice Do a deer.